So many people think that they know what life in Central Florida is like, but most of them get it totally wrong. I've lived here for over 18 years, and I can tell you it's not all theme parks and hurricanes. It's a lifestyle that's pretty unique to anywhere else I've tried living. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why I love living in Central Florida and why I think that you might like to live here too. My name is Bent Danholm, and I'm a real estate broker and owner of Maxim Realty Orlando, and I'm based right here in beautiful Gotha, right in the middle of Central Florida. Gotha is a hidden gem just outside of Orlando. We are right next to Windermere, Ocoee, and Orlando. So if you know any of these three places, you kind of know where we're at. And like I said, I've been calling Central Florida home for almost 2 decades, and every year I find new reasons for loving to live here. So whether you are thinking of moving here or relocating within our area, or maybe just a little bit curious about what life is was really like beyond all the tourist brochures, beyond Disney, beyond Universal, and beyond everything else that you know about the area, the superficial things, if you like, you are in the right place. My goal with this video is to help you discover what the heart and soul of Central Florida is, with some pretty real insights about what it's like to live here, and what maybe a few tips on that will help you figure out whether this is really the area for you. Like I said before, there's so many misconceptions about living in Central Florida. Because let's face it, when people hear Central Florida, they think of two things. They think theme parks like Disney, Universal, they may even know about Legoland, and they think hurricanes, and they think lots of hurricanes. And yes, we do have these things. We have some pretty amazing and awesome world-class attractions, and we are in Florida, which means that we have tropical weather. So we do have the occasional hurricane, and sometimes we have more than just the occasional hurricane, but those things are only a tiny, tiny fraction of what life is really like here. Central Florida is actually a rich, diverse, and surprisingly peaceful place to live. We have tons of beautiful natural spaces. We have charming towns like Gotha, Windermere, Winter Garden, Winter Park, even downtown Orlando. We have incredible dining opportunities, and we have a warm community vibe that is really hard to find anywhere else. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of it and give you some insights in what life is really like here. So the 5 main reasons I love living in Central Florida. The number one reason I moved here in the first place was the weather. And to me, that's a pretty obvious one. It's warm, it's sometimes a little bit humid, sometimes it's terribly humid, and sometimes, yes, it rains in the afternoon. But here's what most people don't really understand. The winters, the spring, and the autumn here are pretty magical, because while the rest of the world, it feels like this, the rest of the country is shoveling snow, we still wear shorts and sandals. Sometimes we put the occasional hoodie on or sweater on, but we can enjoy lunch, dinner, or breakfast, or any outdoor activity all year round. The skies here are pretty amazing. We get the golden hour sunsets that will stop you in your tracks and just watch it as the sun goes down. And we get those almost every evening. And you get used to the rain. In fact, you might even start loving it because it cools things down, and it's usually gone in about 20 minutes. So living here in Central Florida and Gotha, I've learned to appreciate the rhythm of Florida's weather. And I wouldn't trade it for 4 months of ice and snow. Not in a million years again. I also love the lifestyle here, especially in the smaller places like Gotha, Winter Garden, Winter Park. Life seems to move at a pace that feels more balanced than when you're in a colder climate. You can enjoy city perks without the big city stress around here. Even Orlando, that's a pretty big city, feels like it moves more like a small town, really. Everywhere around here is friendly, welcoming, and it's pretty easy to get to know people. And if you're wondering what we do for fun, it's not just having a Disney pass. Well, a lot of us do, but we have farmers markets, we have days by the lake, we have food festivals, lots of food festivals. People do outdoor yoga, there's kayaking, there's biking, we have the West Orange Trail, we have some incredible art institutions here, there's music going on every time, and cultural events almost everywhere you turn. So there's a pretty healthy, connected vibe around here. And you can feel it whether you go to the coffee shops, the community centers, or just any neighborhood gatherings around here, really. It's a lifestyle that blends relaxation, opportunity, and I would say a deep sense of home, even though I wasn't born here. And also, one of the best kept secrets of Central Florida, you don't have to choose between excitement and peace. You can get both. Where I'm about 30 to 40 minutes or less from Disney. I'm about 10 minutes from Universal, 20 minutes from SeaWorld. I'm 25 to 30 minutes from Icon Park. Downtown Orlando is only 50 minutes away. And all of those little towns around here, they're all within a 15 to 20-minute drive. And then if I go a little bit further out, you have beautiful lakes, hiking trails, springs, and all sorts of natural reserves. We have Lake Olivia around here. We have a Bakiva Springs, Lake Louisa State Park, and the Butler chain of lakes, and the Harris chain of lake within reach. It's really an incredible country. It's like you have a whole country and everything that has to offer just within a few miles of where you're living. So whether you are into paddleboarding or fine dining or fireworks, you can do everything and all of that in one day if you want to. And you might not be expecting this, but food and dining is actually pretty good around here, especially in the around the Dr. Phillips area and Winter Park. It's really a foodie's paradise, from small family-owned Cuban cafes to high-end steak houses to global cuisines. You can try everything. You can have Peruvian one day. You can eat English, British food. Another day you can go to the pub. You can have Irish food. You can eat Venezuelan, Colombian. You can eat American, obviously, Caribbean food. Everything around here is all within reach. And to name from some of my personal favorites, I like Latin food a lot. So one of my favorite restaurants is Bacan, which is down in Lake Nona. I love the Azteca de Oro, which is a small chain of Mexican restaurants. And I also like to eat Italian, and I can do all of that within a few minutes drive from where I am. Fleming Steakhouse, another of my favorites. They have really good food. And there's also lots of small little places like food trucks that you can get amazing food at. Okay, let's talk about hurricanes, because obviously to many people that is the elephant in the room, hurricanes. And the truth is, Central Florida is rarely directly hit. Yes, we get tropical storms and we get strong weather, and some areas that are prone to flooding will be flooded from time to time. But we're inland, which means that the impact of hurricanes and tropical storms is much less severe than coastal areas. And most of us actually get through most of them without much damage. And when the really big ones hit, we do have solid infrastructure and we do have pretty good preparedness plans. But most importantly, this is not an everyday concern. I have lived here through many hurricane seasons. And while we obviously do take precautions seriously, because you never know, daily life is so rarely disrupted around here. So don't let the fear of hurricanes keep you from discovering what truly wonderful life you can have around here in Central Florida. So let's do a quick recap of why I love living in Central Florida. I do really love the warm, sunny weather year round. I even love the humid summers, but I do prefer the winter and spring and the autumn, where things are more like summer everywhere else I've been used to living. We have a really truly balanced lifestyle. You can relax, grow, and enjoy, and you can do almost anything you want. You cannot climb any mountains around here, but that's probably the only limitation you have. We have the perfect mix of entertainment and nature. Whether you're into theme parks, whether you're into hiking, whether you're into kayaking, boating, paragliding, everything you want. You want beach life, lake life, hiking in the parks. You can do everything you want. And we have a lot of amazing food around here. From almost every imaginable country on the planet, you can try food around here, and most of it is really good. And yes, it is not all hurricanes. We do get an occasional hurricane, but because we're inland, it doesn't really affect us that much. So I have a question for you. What is your number one reason for wanting to move to, or for loving to live in Central Florida, or maybe not wanting to move to Central Florida? Let me know in the comments. I read all the comments and I respond to all of them. So I want to hear what your reasons for living in Central Florida, what reasons for loving Central Florida you have, or what reasons you have for not wanting to be here. Maybe you don't agree with me at all. Let me know in the comment. And if you like the video, whether you agree with it or not, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're thinking about moving here or moving internally here, maybe you want to know a little bit more about some specific neighborhoods, some schools, the lifestyle, home values, I would love to help. I know the area pretty well, so give me a call, send me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to have a talk about what life is really like around here. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell, and maybe drop a comment down there and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hey, it's Bent Danholm, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you'll never see me again. I consistently create helpful content for those who are currently in the real estate market. This information can be extremely helpful for your buying and selling needs, so be sure you like and subscribe here. And most importantly, leave a comment to let us know if this video was helpful for you. We're here to help the Central Florida community, and we always love your thoughts and questions. Follow now, and I'll see you with our next helpful video.